Well, it is a final against the Chicago Sky, and it was the worst nightmare.
Caitlin Clark made every single player around her more dangerous today. I'm looking at Caitlin Clark make an announcement today that it's over.
Ooh. I mean, she was getting after it, fam. Oh, my goodness.
The Indiana Fever just dog walked, belt to completely just destroy the Chicago Sky on their home court today.
The Indiana Fever beat the Sky by nearly 40 points. They won 93-58.
Triple-double for Caitlin Clark, 20, 10, 10, 4 blocks, 2 steals. No one in league history with that stat line.
Who are you, Caitlin Clark?
Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese got into a heated altercation 2 minutes ago that is now regarded as one of the most intense moments of the WNBA season. What started as a routine play swiftly escalated when Clark gave Reese a hard foul, setting off a furious reaction that almost turned physical.
It's a big nothing. Wow.
Caitlin pointed, a little hard foul there. Angel Reese gets up. Aaliyah Boston shoves her, gives her a little stiffy. Hey, don't come at Caitlin. But look at her. Angel Reese upset. Oh my gosh. This was hilarious. Look, Angel Reese was pissed.
Caitlin Clark didn't bat an eye, letting her performance speak louder than any debate. This wasn't simply a skirmish, though, as Reese quickly got in Clark's face, shouting, reacting, and making it plain she wasn't backing down was a pivotal moment, a conflict between dominance, emotion, and reputation, and only one of them left with the scoreboard and the limelight in their favor.
Angel Reese gets the ball. Caitlin Clark goes over, does a hard foul, commits a hard foul on Angel Reese. She falls to the ground. After that, Angel Reese gets up. She's feeling super spicy. She's charging at Caitlin Clark.
We go over everything that transpired between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese in this video. The offense, the response, the consequences, and demonstrate how this instance demonstrated who is truly in charge. Let's get.
But man, what a thrilling game and a way to get the 2025 season started. It just seemed like the better team eventually would win out in this game, and they did.
From the first tip, Caitlin Clark was concentrated in directing the offense, dropping dimes and making tough shots. She was in complete control. The Indiana Fever were playing the Chicago Sky in what was supposed to be a competitive battle, but what happened was far from balanced.
Aaliyah Boston had 5 blocks, and I want to say this about Aaliyah Boston. She stepped up so much in the second half, and I have to say that is the best I think I've ever seen Aaliyah Boston play.
And Aaliyah Boston, she started the game. She looked like she was kicking off the dust. Let me tell you, missing bunnies, missing layups. But you know what? She actually didn't miss many. I don't know why, it just seemed like it, and she did great.
Aaliyah Boston was in control of the paint. Howard, Kelsey Mitchell, Natasha, while Angel Reese was fighting, pulling down rebounds, fighting for points in the post, and bringing her typical energy to the game. Lexi Hall was pitching in, and the spotlight kept going to Caitlin.
Gets the ball, Caitlin Clark goes over, does a hard foul, commits a hard foul on Angel Reese. She falls to the ground. After that, Angel Reese gets up. She's feeling super spicy. She's charging at Caitlin Clark.
However, as the game began to slip away from Chicago, frustration grew and erupted late in the first half. It began with a hard foul, and as Reese was driving to the basket, Caitlin Clark stopped the play with a sharp physical take foul. Reese then hit the floor, and everything changed.
I thought Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark were cool, but I don't know, man. The way Angel got up, she was like, Look at her. She was still going out there a little bit. Look, took the jersey out.
Angel Reese appeared out of nowhere, yelling at Clark and removing her jersey to show that she wasn't going to back down. The tension was high, and teammates tried to defuse the situation, but the message was already clear. This wasn't just a foul, it was personal, which added to the drama.
She essentially said it was either Angel gets a wide open layup or we send her to the free throw line. It was a basketball play. There was nothing malicious behind it. I just knew I had to foul her.
While Angel Reese continued to be enraged, shouting across the court and requiring restraint, Clark did not reply, did not retaliate, instead turning to leave and letting her game speak for itself. Caitlin Clark maintained her focus by responding with numbers rather than words.
But if it's going to be like this, the Fever are going to be tough to beat. Triple-double for Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark recorded a triple-double, 20 points, 10 assists, and 10 rebounds.
Wait, did she get the triple-double? Did we get it? You guys are saying that she got it. Did she get it? Oh, she got it! Let's go! Everyone's on their feet. What a day.
What a day. By the conclusion of the evening, Clark had recorded a triple-double, scoring 20 points, 10 assists, 10 rebounds, for blocks, and 2 steals. It wasn't just about personal statistics, it was a statement performance of the sort you don't argue with. In front of more than 17,000 spectators on a sold-out night, the Fever dominated the skies with a final score of 93-58, a 35-point thumping.
This game, this is what a sellout looks like. 17,274 fans, and it was fully sold out. It was packed.
Reese found it difficult to keep up with Clark as she led her team and managed the pace. Although she finished with a double-double, 12 points and 17 rebounds, her shooting percentage revealed otherwise. Missed layups down the stretch, and only 35% from the field.
This is a basketball play. In my opinion, they called a flagrant for this, which I do not think was the correct call.
That the Chicago Sky and Angel Reese could have possibly imagined. Angel Reese, boy, she's ate up with class, is she not? Wow. Standard operating procedure foul. ESPN, your anti-Caitlin Clark agenda on full display.
Furthermore, Reese's emotional outburst took center stage, and the argument, yelling, and angry gestures all fit into the story that had followed her since college. It was emotionally charged, combative, and continuously weighed against Caitlin Clark.
I said that the Indiana Fever was going to lead the league in points scored per game, and they are proving exactly that. One thing that I did notice is that their defense looks so much better than last season.
However, Clark refused to fall for the ploy. Instead, she remained composed and allowed her performance speak for itself. For many onlookers, that was the turning point that would subsequently be used to identify the true leader in post-game interviews. With no malice or intention to provoke, Clark minimized the incident by calling it a take foul, a standard basketball play to stop an easy layup.
This one was a basketball play, and Caitlin also even said after the game, she was asked about it once again, and she said, guys, let's not make this bigger than it needs to be. If it would have changed the momentum of the game and we would have saw something significant, I would have been mad about that. I don't think that this is the hill to die on when saying, like, should it have been a common foul or should it have been a flagrant? Let's leave it there. Let's move on. We don't need that drama.
Aaliyah Boston supported her and was shocked to learn that she had even been given a technical during the altercation. Angel Reese, when questioned, spoke succinctly and calmly, merely referring to it as a basketball play and continuing, but by that point, the video had already gone viral among fans, demonstrating that this was more than just a matchup on the court. Rather, it was a moment of contrast in which one player attempted to escalate, the other attempted to escalate, and ultimately only one player left with a victory, a triple-double, and the league's respect.
Turns to the ref, she's gesturing to them because she believed that Angel Reese fouled Natasha Howard. Now from that, Angel Reese gets the ball. Caitlin Clark realizes she is about to go up for what seems like a wide open layup. Caitlin Clark runs over and fouls her hard, and Angel Reese falls to the ground.
This matchup was more than simply a preseason game. It was a pivotal encounter between two of the WNBA's most talked about players, and it demonstrated the distinct distinction between leadership angels and hype. Undoubtedly, Reese entered with vigor, but her response, her annoyance, and her concentration on the confrontation formed the enduring memory of her evening.
I didn't see the foul as being flagrant myself. Caitlin Clark, in the post-game interview, she made it a point to say, this is not, like, please don't blow this out of proportion. I was trying to do a take foul, which is, you know, when you try to, like, create a foul when someone has an easy layup, instead of giving them an easy 2 points, sending them to the line where they could possibly miss one, which also kind of stops the momentum of making a bucket.
However, Caitlin Clark didn't flinch. Instead, she kept her head down, gave a flawless performance, and left with a victory that silenced the noise. She didn't just win the game, she also controlled the narrative, and she demonstrated her true dominance in front of a national audience and a packed house.
your perspective on the flagrant foul. What was the point you were trying to make to her?
It's just a good take foul, you know? If either Angel gets wide open 2 points or, we send him to the free throw line. Nothing malicious about it. It's just a good take foul. Every basketball player knows that.
Caitlin Clark's stat line. Let me just read it to you. She came away with 20 points, 4 blocks. That's a career high for her. 2 steals, 10 assists, and 10 rebounds. Like, who are you, Caitlin Clark?
Early on, there were a lot of blown layups, which could have even opened this thing up faster, quicker, but this wasn't really in much of a doubt from the opening tip, as the Fever just controlled the game, found one another in transition, moved the ball, and really just showed how difficult they're going to be to guard, because teams just have to make choices against.
Now that Caitlin Clark has made a statement that the league cannot ignore, the real question is not whether this is a rivalry, but rather how long it will take for the rest of the league, and especially Angel Reese, to catch up. This isn't about.
So let's talk about Caitlin Clark's hard foul on Angel Reese. Now, when I saw this live, I was literally screaming no. I could see the WNBA stands getting into formation, getting ready to go to war for their favorite player. But in all seriousness, you guys, I'm sure at this point you have seen the play, either if you're watching the game live or you've seen it on social.
Because Caitlin Clark did more than just play basketball tonight. She dominated the court. If you saw the game, you can see just how impactful that moment was. Didn't you realize why everyone is discussing it? Every single possession, the scoreboard, the stat sheet, and the spotlight all convey the same message. Caitlin Clark didn't just answer. She took charge on her terms and made her presence known. If you liked the breakdown, and remember to subscribe for more genuine,